This last section of 2.5 is talking about evaluating formulas. This is actually one of the reasons we teach all of this material about order of operations and expressions and equations, because a lot of different career fields have sometimes fairly complicated formulas that you use, and you really have to know how to plug in numbers into formulas and use the order of operations in order to get the correct answer. So plugging numbers into formulas seems pretty easy, but you can get mixed up by doing the order of operations wrong. So it's one of the reasons that we get you to practice order of operations. So here's a simple formula that shows up a lot in science. There's two different temperature scales that get used a lot, Fahrenheit and Celsius or centigrade scales. And this is the formula for taking a Celsius temperature and converting it into a Fahrenheit temperature. So that's this formula right here. It's not a formula you have to memorize. We wanted to show you how to use it. So this question asks us what Fahrenheit temperature corresponds to a temperature of negative 10 degrees Celsius. So I take my formula. Remember what we've been doing. So first I have to know that this is going to go in here, not in for the F, and that's because the C is the degrees Celsius. So I'm going to make my formula like this. I'm going to write it with the parentheses instead of the variable, just like I've been doing before. And then I'm going to plug in my number. So my Celsius temperature is -10. And then I'm going to just start doing order of operations. So 9/5 times -10, I'm going to make that -10 into a fraction. I'm going to be lazy about this and not cross cancel, so I'm going to do F equals -90 over 5 multiplied straight across the top and bottom. I'm doing multiplication before addition, so I'm leaving that plus 32 hanging right there for the moment. So I did multiplication, now I've got a division problem to do. 5 into 90 goes, say, 10 plus 8 more. So that's 18, so that means it's -18, because -90 divided by 5. And then -18 plus 32 gives me a Fahrenheit temperature of 14. So that's my answer. And of course, if I were doing this on a test, I would write that in a sentence that says what Fahrenheit temperature corresponds to a temperature of -10 degrees Celsius. A Fahrenheit temperature of 14 corresponds to a Celsius temperature of -10.